Well, hey, funny seeing you guys out here. I've been asked a lot of questions about what do I carry in my pack and how much does it weigh. So I loaded my pack for a trip and I want to unpack it and just show you what's in it. Now, I don't have any water included in the weight measurement, and I'll put the weight measurement up on the screen here. Actually, it's about 16 pounds. Now, I do have a few comfort items, and I'll talk about those you know, as I unpack my pack. So first thing is, I always wear my boonie cap. There's a lot of history with this cap or hat. I got this my junior year in high school, and I wear it every time I go hiking, so that's my hat. You know, it's good for rain and sun. You can turn the end up, you can flip it over and collect some, you know, some water. It actually will hold water. It's a ripstop, but anyway. So first piece of hiking gear is my hat. Now that's not included in my weight, it's only what's on me. So this is the pack. It's an REI 45, REI Flash 45, and it's at 16 pounds right now. So let me unload it and I'll show you what's in it. Tell you what, I'll move the camera down here where you can see better. Okay, so the first thing that you'll notice is this blue pad. This is my sit pad. It's what I sit on. And it's just a piece of the blue foam from Walmart. It was a ground pad and I cut it up, and that's what I sit on. Keep it right here on the outside where it's handy, and you know, whenever I want to take a break, I just pull it out and sit down. Sunscreen, hand sanitizer. I keep those accessible on the outside of the pack. This blue kit is my water purification kit. And let me take my headlamp off. Now, the things that are important to me, I like to fasten them to my pack. Water purification is extremely important. And this has a Sawyer water filter, and I think 2 64-ounce bags. So what I can do on my way to camp, I can get these collapsible bags out and just collect water. Now it's dirty water, you know, it's stream water, so it's not filtered. We can't drink it just yet. But I can collect the water and just stick it in these mesh bags, and when I get to camp, I can get the filter out and I can filter clean water. So let me start a pile here. You see that? Okay, so there's the blue sit pad, the water purification kit. I always carry a headlamp. This is just a low-cost Walmart $7 headlamp, 3 AAA batteries. And I normally carry it with one battery out so that it doesn't get turned on and run my batteries down. The next thing I carry on the outside of my pack is a small Ziploc baggie. Called my poop kit. It's just toilet paper, wet wipes. I do carry a black marker, a Sharpie marker, and some DEET, 100% DEET to spray on my pant legs, and some Sting-Ease so if I get stung. Of course, a set of maps. This is the biggest knife I carry, and I normally don't even use it, but typically I just use a pocket knife. It's a Mora knife, and the hiking poles are not included in the weight because I generally have these in my hand, so I'm going to lay those off to the side. This is my comfort item. It's kind of heavy. It's about 1 pound. So I can drop 1 pound off this pack real quick. It's just a small, collapsible stool. You know, if it's been raining, I don't like to sit on the ground if I can help it. So that's a comfort item that could stay, or that could go with me either way. When let's see, we'll get back up. Oh, I just carry an extra flashlight on the outside of my pack. this little top pouch would be where I'd put snacks. Now I do have two dehydrated meals included in this weight, but no water and no bacon, no large meals, so that would add to the weight. Let me adjust this a little bit. But in this top pouch, I've got a glasses cleaning kit, a little microfiber pouch, and a bug net put on my head if it gets real buggy. So let's go on inside. Alright, so at the very top I carry rain gear, which is just a Frog Togs lightweight rain coat. Carry that on top. Kind of keep this stuff together so I know where it goes. And I carry my tarp. I'm a hammock camper, but if it's raining, I don't want to have to open my pack and get everything wet to get to my tarp. So I carry my tarp on the top. I can get this tarp out. It's got all the ropes, the clips, everything I need to fasten it up to the tree. I can go ahead and put this up and create me a shelter very easily, very quickly. Now, inside my bag, I have a big plastic bag, and you can use a trash compactor bag. This is just a scent-proof bag. It's basically to keep everything dry, because I do carry down, underquilt, and overquilt to sleep with to stay warm. So I don't want my down bags to get wet. So it's kind of a noisy plastic too. I always carry a pair of leather gloves. Now I got these marked at 4.4 ounces. It's kind of heavy. It's not something you have to have, but I like the leather gloves for when I'm collecting firewood. It's a little bit of extra snake bite protection, poison ivy protection, and when I'm cooking, it's some burn protection. So if I'm careless or I need to reach in and you know, pull my pot out of the fire or whatever, I got some extra protection. So to me, that's a good trade-off. The next thing on top is my food bag. I'll show you the contents of this later on, but it's where I stash a couple of dehydrated meals, spoons, fork, just coffee, you know, food bag. Now this is a comfort item. This is a frying pan. It's got a handle that's detachable. It's in my food bag. Because I do like to have bacon or eggs. Sometimes I'll take a piece of frozen chicken and fry it up. So I like the fry pan. This is my cook kit. I'll show you the contents of this later as well. It's a titanium MSR kettle. And then I got my stove and everything, my fuel nested down in here. I generally carry a fleece, just a fleece sweatshirt to sleep in, or when it gets cool at night. I can put this on, and then I actually put the rain jacket on as a wind barrier. This is a dual purpose. This is a glasses case, but inside the glasses case I carry my groundhog tent stakes, or in this case tarp stakes and hammock tie-out stakes, and some extra rope. And then when it's empty, put my glasses and my hearing aid in this and hang it inside my hammock so they don't get damaged. Dual purpose. Then my hammock comes out. So once I have my hammock put up, then I can pull out my down underquilt. This is what hangs underneath my hammock to keep me warm, because air blows underneath the hammock and you get convection cooling, so you need some insulation. If you just have a sleeping bag, you lay on the sleeping bag and it smashes the insulation down where you have none. And then I use a sleeping bag as an overquilt. This is a Western Mountaineering mummy bag, but the zipper is a 3/4 length zipper, so it creates a foot box. When it's fully unzipped, it only unzips down just below my waist. So I can stick my feet in it and then put the zipper side like down, and then from my thighs up, I've got like a blanket that I can move on and off of me. So this works as my overquilt. And I have a pillow, and it's actually a packable down pillow. See what else is in there. All right, this is it. This is a kind of a miscellaneous ditty bag. Extra battery for my headlamp. This is a first aid kit, my fire starting kit, and I call it my sleep kit, which has an extra pair of socks. I do have an extra emergency blanket, sleeping bag type. It's like the emergency blankets, but it's like a step up. It's a little more durable. So if it gets too cold, I can get in it as well. And that's what's in here. The only other thing that I carry is my pack has some side pouches. So in the left side pouch, I carry chapstick, some Advil, and a compass. I don't carry a GPS. I carry topo maps and a compass. So I don't depend on electronics to know where I'm at. You typically don't have phone service, so I'm between the map, compass, I know where I'm at. And then in the right hand side pocket is more of my emergency backup side. I've got a kit here that's got an extra little small flashlight, a little small compass. This is a magnesium rod, and then this is a striker, an extra flashlight. This is typically fastened to that, and an extra knife. And this is a Leatherman Squirt PS4. It's a little multi-tool. It opens up, a little set of pliers. I could use this to pick my pot off the, my cook pot off the fire if I wanted. And then it has a piece of paracord. This is kind of my emergency kit. I keep it close at hand. It's really a redundant kit because I already have, you know, typically have a pocket knife, and I have the Mora knife. I typically have a headlamp for a flashlight, and another, there's actually a flashlight on my pack, but when I put my hammock up, there's a ridge line that goes above my head. There's actually a small, actually right here it is, there's a small flashlight that's right here that gets hung from inside there. So I have 3 sources of light. I have multiple you know, multiple flashlights, multiple ways to start fire. I carry a cigarette lighter in my cook kit and a pack of waterproof matches, and I have the magnesium rod, so those things are important. Shelter, I have the tarp, and then also have the emergency blanket that I can use for shelter. Plenty of food, ways to collect water and purify it. So that's 16 pounds, not counting the camera gear. I typically carry about a pound of camera gear, pound and a half depending on what I'm doing, and that's the camera I'm using now, the tripod, extra batteries, SD cards, and then like I said, it doesn't include the hiking poles, which I do have duct tape wrapped around them. Duct tape is handy for patching any holes you might get in your tarp or your shoes if they come apart. If you get a blister, you can use a piece of shirt over the blister and put duct tape over it, whatever, you know, you just kind of improvise. But definitely got to add food to this kit. So I'm about 16 pounds with the chair. I could lose the chair and go to 15 pounds and not be, you know, not be roughing it too bad. So I could trade the chair, which is about a pound, for a pound of bacon, and I think that's a good trade, and that still keeps me at 16 pounds. But now, when you add water, so every time I take one of those smart water bottles that's a liter, stick it in my pack, that's 2 pounds. I generally carry, depending on where I'm going, you know, if I can collect water, then I'll only carry 1. I may only just carry a 16-ounce bottle, because remember, I can collect water along the way and filter. But if I'm hiking on the ridge and I'm not going to have an opportunity to go down and collect water, then I may carry 3 or 4 of those. So I can easily put, you know, 10 pounds of water and food in my pack. So that jumps me up to 26, you know, 27 pounds. I'm at 30 pounds before you know it. But base weight right now with this loadout, this particular cook kit, hammock and everything, I'm about 16 pounds. I hope that helps. I hope you got some ideas. I'll do a little closer evaluation of each of the items that I have that make up weight. So like the cook kit, what I have in here, cook kit and stove that makes up this weight, and what I could do different, what you may want to do different. I choose to not use the alcohol stove. I choose to use a canister stove because when I'm ready to eat, I'm ready to eat. I don't want to wait 10 minutes for water to boil or what have you. I want water now, or I want bacon now, or I want my food now. So that's a trade-off, and I like the reliability of the canister stove. I won't get into the rest of that right now. I'll pack it all back up and probably just make another video, show you what each of these items are, and maybe we can discuss that in the comments and give me your ideas, what you do. Maybe give me some ideas what I could do different. But this works pretty good for me. I'm very comfortable with this kit when I'm out camping. Don't really want for anything. So I got 2 more things in my pack that I forgot to show you. I was getting excited here and moving on. Of course, I could always use this to collect water. This is the bag to collect water, to put over my feet for some extra rain protection, whatever. I can actually turn around and put the bag down inside of it. But this is a piece of the Reflectix mat, and typically I lay this down underneath my hammock. It gives me like a little mat to get in and out of if it's raining or what have you. Put my shoes on. I can lay some of my stuff on it. If I get cold at night, I can actually take this and slip it underneath my back or my feet or my head. If I want another place to sit, kind of lay out my stuff, I can set this down. Very multi-purpose thing, and it's kind of big, but it folds up and fits in my pack good. And the reason it's big is because if someone else needs one, I'll cut it in half and hand it to them. If more people need it, I'll cut it again. It still leaves a nice size pad for me to use, plus I can give it to other people. And I'm not out anything because, I buy this stuff by the roll for construction jobs, and I just cut off what I need. And then I've got this is a piece of Tyvek. This is actually a ground cloth for a tent. But, if you ever have to set your hammock up on the ground because there's no trees, which in Kentucky that's really not an issue. But if there's no trees, I can lay this out and use my tent poles to raise the ends of my hammock and just let the hammock lay on the ground. So I still have my bug protection, and it's kind of like a tent. And that's pretty much it. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If this is something you enjoyed and you want to see more of my hiking, backpacking, camping videos, just click the subscribe button, maybe the thumbs up button. Shoot me a comment, and appreciate you watching. Y'all have a great day.